Tried to film this on my laptop. Not sure if it's going to process, so we're going to do a shorter version on here. I was in meditation and I was receiving a channel message from the Andromedans, from the Andromedan galaxy, about the frequencies that are on Earth right now. If you are awakened, if you're a starseed, if you're a light worker, if you are, empathetic and sensitive to energies, you may have felt that since about in and around December 12th, the frequencies on planet Earth have been very, very high. It's been very common for us to be resting a lot, sleeping a lot, unable to really go about our lives the way that we were able to go about them before December 12th. And the Andromedans came to share a message about how Earth is opening up exponentially to higher frequencies. It's like the place that Earth is within the grand scheme of the galaxy right now is that Earth is able to receive so much more high frequency energy than it's ever received before, since way back to Golden Atlantis, Golden Lemuria. You can think of it as Earth is in a major intersection where there's so many different ways to get into this middle turning point. If you've ever been to France, the best metaphor I can come up with is you can think of Earth like the Arc de Triomphe right in the middle there, and there's 8 different places to bring this all in, It is so easy right now for high frequency energies to come into Earth. Earth is right smack in the middle of this most powerful and profound highway where so many different energetic streams of energy and frequency and vibration are able to come into Earth. And if you watched 2 videos back from me where I mentioned how the 3D matrix grid's been collapsed, we can see this within this experience as there's nothing really to block Earth anymore from receiving higher frequency energies, from the ascended planets, from the ascended galaxies. And so the Andromedans are saying they're just sending so much high frequency energy into Earth. They're sending it, through the Antares portal, which brings from the Andromedan galaxy into the Milky Way galaxy, and therefore then into Earth. I know myself and a lot of other beings who are really feeling this energy are kind of wondering when's this going to stop. For me, I thought that it would randomly stop when it was January 1st, but the message that I received from the Andromedans is that it's not going to stop, right? The frequency is not going to get lower again. The frequency is going to continue to raise. The frequency is going to continue to get higher and higher and higher and higher, and there's not an end to that. It's not so much about it stopping, but about us shifting. We are kind of at a crossroads now where we have the free will decision to, work with this energy, work with the new frequencies available on Earth and shift in accordance to those, or just continue to be in this lower state of kind of lethargy. And the Andromedans are mentioning how, our food is what really needs to shift through this process. We are being guided to eat more green foods. We are being guided to eat more high vibrational foods such as juicing, especially the green foods they mention with the heart chakra. It's helpful for our heart chakra and our higher heart chakra right now. It's really an opportunity. We can continue to be, victim to these high frequency energies, or we can call our power back and work with these energies, because this is what we've been waiting for and this is what we've been training for, but it just appears in ways that we are unable to perceive as positive from the linear mind. It's so much easier for us to be like, I hate this energy, I'm so tired, I can't do anything. Well, that's our ego. Our ego doesn't want to change. Our ego does not want to shift and release its old habits. So its old, eating habits or energetic habits, including spending less time on screen, spending less time with EMFs. But we're being really called to, shed these old ways of being, because on the other end of this is being able to be really empowered by the frequencies happening right now. This can be something that is so beautiful and so magical, but there are shifts that we need to take as beings in order to fully embody the new frequency of energy, in order to bring this energy down and ground it into earth. Because those who are more awakened, that's part of our purpose. That's part of my purpose, is to bring this cosmic energy down through my vessel and ground it into the different grids, ground it into the ley lines of earth, because not every human can reach up, but more humans are comfortable reaching down, right? We've seen an increased amount of people spending time in nature this year, which was, within the divine plan, because that's part of the blueprint for oneness, is spending more time in nature. Because when we are able to ground these energies into the center of the earth, those who are, a little bit less unawakened, when they're walking around in nature, when they're grounded in nature, they're actually able to receive these frequencies. I mean, they're not going to receive them in big boatloads like those who are, prepared for and initiated into this path will receive them, but they'll receive them little bit by bit. But it's us who are here to ground this energy into the grid. When we're eating foods that aren't supporting, when we're eating foods that are operating at a lower frequency than the frequencies coming into earth, this causes energetic blocks within our vessel, which makes it harder for the energies to come through, which makes the energies more painful. Because I don't know if any of you guys have experienced this, but the pain in the head from the energy constantly coming down, it's really painful. And a lot of the times what that is that the energy is actually blocked. The energy cannot move fully down. I noticed after a meditation a few nights ago with Archangel Michael, who was guiding me to really focus on grounding this energy, creating a blue grounding cord to bring this down. And when I'm feeling the energy coming into my crown, focusing on my feet, the pain stops significantly. Simply remembering that this is what we are here for. We were here for these high frequency energies to come in. We are just not fully aware of how to deal with and handle them yet. And that's the purpose of us who are channels, who can receive this information, translate it, and ground it into this earth. Because, the frequency is really picking up on earth. Without that grid, without that matrix grid, it's really powerful. Just for an example, I was putting together a course that I had filmed in Mount Shasta, guiding light beings to different sacred sites within Mount Shasta through meditation. And as I was putting this together, I was really guided to, sit down and do one of the meditations. After doing about half this meditation, I noticed that my frequency probably raised, like if you've ever seen that chart of vibration from like the lower vibrational range all the way up to the top. And so what this really shows, because the meditations were filmed in Mount Shasta and hold the frequencies of the Mount Shasta vortex, this really high frequency fifth dimensional energy, this shows that in places that aren't already prepared or initiated into the fifth dimension like Mount Shasta, we are able to receive these energies anywhere. Which shows that the frequency of Earth has risen so much that if I'm in a, fairly third dimensional city right now, lots of density, surrounded by apartments and other people and other homes, that if I'm able to raise my frequency that quickly, to the point that, yes, now I'm able to receive these messages again after actually a fair amount of time where I could not receive these actually ever since, 12/21, right after that, really shows that we are able to raise our frequencies now so high, but we need the tools to be able to do this. And we need the clarity within our bodies to be able to obtain these frequencies. A little side note just before I end this video is also that the Andromedans were talking about how they've been kind of watching over me and noticing how my sleeping schedule has shifted. Not so much the sleeping schedule has shifted, but the times that I can do things have shifted. For example, for myself, I found that, you know, nighttime is the only time that when everything's dark, the most between like 11 a.m. and after is when there's more clarity. This is because when the energy is coming in during the day, it's kind of being blocked a little bit. There's no 3D matrix grid anymore, but there's still our collective consciousness. And when we're all beaming our stuff and having our thought forms up here, when the energy is coming in, it's like pushing through these thought forms. When everybody's asleep and there's no kind of really heavy collective consciousness, everyone's asleep, everyone's in the astral, it comes in through so much more easy. So you might notice that your sleeping schedule is naturally shifting into, you know, being awake more in the nighttime, because you might be able to channel more in the night, whereas you feel so blocked during the day. I hope you received this channel message with love and with so much light. And on behalf of the Andromedans, I thank you for receiving and opening up your vessels to bring in such a high frequency message into your quantum fields. So blessings from myself, blessings on behalf of the Andromedans, and I am so grateful to be existing within this shift with you.